Books are better when they have pictures, and pictures are better when they have Batman in them.
Tell Gordon we have to talk.
Sure thing, Bats.
Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 DC graphic novels. Before we begin, we publish new videos every day, so be sure to subscribe for more great content. For this list, we're looking at DC's best graphic novels that are the most recognized and influential. We're not including any of the titles from DC's Vertigo imprint, so our apologies to Sandman and V.
No one escapes their past. No one escapes judgment.
Number 10, Flash, Rebirth.
Look who's just joined the land of the living.
Gotta run, James.
Barry Allen, the Silver Age Flash, sacrificed his life to save the universe and for decades was gone from the comics. When he returned, the formerly happy-go-lucky speedster was changed.
I'm the Flash.
Oh. What's the Flash?
Although he was glad to see familiar faces, Barry just didn't feel at home anymore. The Flash was only jolted out of his melancholy by the return of his archenemy, the Reverse Flash.
I'm gonna bring this shrine to your ego down on your head.
This nefarious foe reveals that he was responsible for all of the tragedies that had befallen Barry throughout his life, and that's only the beginning. Jeff Johns' deft scripting was painful at times, creating a new way to look at this most optimistic of DC characters and adding a new layer of maturity to his story. Number 9, AllStar Superman.
I'm dying.
I'm sorry, Superman. If I hadn't tried to steal fire from the sun, none of this would have happened.
Don't apologize. You couldn't have known.
Superman's immense power and invulnerability often makes creating believable menaces problematic. In this alternate world story, Grant Morrison took that to a new extreme. He created a situation in which the Man of Steel became even more powerful, but at a cost. The near-omnipotent Superman only had 1 year left to live. This intriguing 12-issue miniseries is dark, but it's also aware of the attributes which made the character's Silver Age stories so enthralling. Morrison juggles these two seemingly incompatible strains and creates a series of stories that are uniquely compelling and paint a decades-old character in a new light.
It's what I've been keeping from you. I'm dying, Lois.
Number 8, The Judas Contract.
Hi.
When the new Teen Titans burst onto the scene in the 1980s, they quickly became a phenomenon, thanks to the dynamic team of writer Mark Wolfman and artist George Perez. That partnership reached its apex with this story arc. Earlier, Wolfman had established Deathstroke as the team's foremost nemesis. He also added a new character, Terra, to the Titans roster. In this arc, it was revealed that Terra was an agent of Deathstroke's, sent to infiltrate and help destroy them.
And will you destroy the Teen Titans?
I thought you'd never ask.
The effect that this had on the Titans was significant, especially for Changeling, who had strong feelings for the treacherous Terra. The Judas Contract was a high watermark for the Titans.
You're not getting mad, are you, Ray? Oh, better be careful. Beast Boy told me all about your temper tantrums.
Anger is pointless. My emotions are under control.
Number 7, Batman Year 1. With The Dark Knight Returns, Frank Miller looked at Batman's future. With Year 1, he revisited the Bat's origin, and in doing so gave birth to many future Year 1 retellings. Miller and artist David Mazzucchelli explored the very first days of Batman and Jim Gordon. As Bruce Wayne is learning how to don the cowl and become a costumed vigilante, Jim Gordon is causing trouble for the corrupt legal system in Gotham.
You're gonna be a little late. May have to skip the whole night.
Both at times seem to be fighting an uphill battle, but their grim determination wins out in the end. Miller's script helped create the vision of Gotham as a city corrupted on numerous levels, a vision which still endures.
Look around you. You'll see 2 councilmen, a union official, a couple off-duty cops, and a judge. Now, I wouldn't have a second's hesitation in blowing your head off right here and right now in front of them. Now, that's power you can't buy. That's the power of fear.
I'm not afraid of you.
Number 6, Whatever Happened to the Man of Tomorrow? With John Byrne's epic reboot of the Man of Steel on the horizon, DC gave their flagship hero an appropriate and wonderfully touching send-off. The brilliant Alan Moore worked with Supreme Superman artist Curt Swan to create the ultimate Silver Age story. Almost all of the elements and major cast members associated with Superman were brought back in a story that showed the demise of the legendary superhero, yet had a happy ending anyway. Moore's storytelling and pace has never been better, yet it still has a sense of fun that his more serious works lack. This graphic novel was the perfect way to say goodbye to this phase of the icon's history. Number 5. Batman: The Long Halloween.
There's nothing to fear but fear itself.
Another story set early in Batman's career, The Long Halloween details a year-long mystery that gets deadlier with each month. The new holiday killer is grotesquely murdering victims on one holiday each month. Batman's old villain, the Calendar Man, knows the killer's identity but won't share it, and so Batman must track the killer down before the next holiday. The story involves many familiar faces from the Batman mythos in a taut, gripping story with a complex plot that is full of surprises, a testament to writer Jeff Loeb's skill. That skill with creating an intriguing mystery would be demonstrated almost a decade later in the Hush storyline.
You're a killer, a psychopath. I will stop you. Really? But you look just like Bruce Wayne.
Number 4. Kingdom Come. Many of DC's graphic novels have focused on the question of power, trust, and responsibility. Kingdom Come took this to a new level. It takes place in an alternate future, one in which Superman and the heroes of his generation have retired. They've been replaced by a new generation of metahumans, who aren't all as just and virtuous as their old world counterparts. It becomes harder to tell the heroes from the villains, but one thing is certain, Justice Society member Magog is the latter. Finally, the old guard is compelled to return, and that sets in motion a superpowered battle that becomes increasingly dangerous to everyone on Earth. Mark Waid's provocative tale is perfectly realized by Alex Ross's stunning art in this disturbing work. Number 3. Batman: The Killing Joke.
I want to talk.
One of the most controversial of DC's graphic novels, The Killing Joke is also one of its most powerful. Author Alan Moore has in later years expressed his regret at the brutal treatment he put characters through, especially Barbara Gordon. In the story, Barbara is paralyzed and graphically brutalized by the Joker, who uses pictures and recordings of this event to torture her father, Jim Gordon. The Joker's strategy is to demonstrate that any man, including Gordon or Batman, can become a monster. Psychologically potent and written with remorseless intensity, The Killing Joke is intensely disturbing, but well worth the discomfort it causes.
All it takes is one bad day.
Number 2. The Dark Knight Returns.
Nearly coinciding with Gordon's retirement, tonight also marks the 10th anniversary of the last sighting of the Batman. Most of our younger viewers now think of him as a myth.
This is arguably the work that justified the term graphic novel, and is one of the most influential comics ever published. A massive seller, it set the tone for the Batman series for years and impacted cinematic versions of the character as well. Set in a future in which Batman has been retired for a decade after the death of Jason Todd, aka Robin, Gotham has descended into madness, with a gang known as the Mutants terrorizing the streets.
I got my 9. Anything moves, I'll...
Batman comes out of retirement, but he's grimmer and darker than ever before. Although many found Miller's work to be kinda over the top, and some felt like it even justified fascist actions, the novel was undeniably vibrant and enthralling.
It's an operating table. And I'm the surgeon.
Before we reveal our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions. Number 1. Watchmen.
Just a matter of time, I suppose.
DC originally wanted a series using some old Charlton Comics characters they owned, but Alan Moore took those characters and created his own using them as templates. He also created a masterpiece in the process.
When you walk down the street in a city dying of rabies, past the human cockroaches talking about their heroin and child pornography, you really feel normal.
Taking place during the Cold War, costumed heroes, most of which possess no superpowers at all, have been outlawed for years. But when it appears that someone may be killing these former heroes, they have to come out of hiding and unravel the conspiracy. This brief plot description doesn't even begin to describe the complexity of the story, the characters involved, or do justice to the exceptional writing. You just have to read it for yourself to understand.
She says I am like a god now. I tell her I don't think there is a god. And if there is, I'm nothing like him.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from WatchMojo and subscribe for new videos every day.